fellow citizens, welcome back, and today we're in prison. That's correct. So following on from our mission where we got a crime stat and our previous video where we went and cleared the crime stat at that place, Korea. Today we're looking at the other way, which is if you wake up in prison following getting a crime stat, this is what you can do to get out of prison quick. So firstly, you can see at the top there it says inmate maintenance opportunity. It flashes up, and if you go onto your mobi-glass, which I'm probably going to do in a second, you'll find that there is a mission that you can accept. So basically there's two ways that you can reduce your time in prison. And the first way is this: go to your contracts manager and select the inmate maintenance opportunity, and it will give you a mission to go and reset an oxygen kiosk. So basically in Klescher Rehabilitation Centre, which is this prison, there are work mines, and the first thing you can do to reduce your time is to go and mine in the work mines. So basically you mine dolomite or aphrite or hadanite, and each of those things is worth progressively more credits towards reducing your sentence. And the second way that you can get out earlier is by doing these missions. So basically you're repairing their equipment for them in return for the reduction of your sentence. So we've picked up this reset oxygen kiosk mission, which you'll see at the top there, says repair oxygen kiosk in route 3, depth 9. Now I'm going to route 3 here. There's basically 3 different mining mines. When you come out through that door, you'll see it's 1, 2 and 3. And this is route 3. And once you get into this area with the mines, there's no oxygen, so you're providing the oxygen from the pack which is on your back. So these oxygen kiosks are provided at very sporadic intervals, just enough that you're able to reset your oxygen if you've ventured deep into the mines. And as such, if you're going deep into the, you'll see now it said that was the end of number 1, and now we're in like an in-between bit. So what I'm looking for now is number 2, but first I'm going to show you how to mine. So if you come into the mines, you find one of these off chambers to the side with the red X at the end of it, and then pop your light on, have a look around, and you'll see in these off chambers there the mineable rocks. So that one with the yellow and purple there is aphrite. Now that's a good one to do. Hadanite's the best, but they're much harder to find. Dolomite's fairly easy to find, but it's not worth very much, so it's quite a lot of effort for not a huge amount of reduction on your sentence. Aphrite, though, is definitely worth doing. You don't have to mine many aphrite rocks to get rid of a reasonably short sentence. So if you've got a crime stat 3 and you've got an hour and a half to kill in prison, I would go and mine a couple of aphrite rocks if you can't get a decent mission, and just 3 or 4 aphrite rocks should be enough to either completely remove your sentence or at least get it down to sort of 10 minutes or so. I think the last time I did the just mining, because I couldn't get a good mission, I think I filled my backpack once, which was 3 rocks, and then I came back and got another rock, and then I had like 5 minutes left on my sentence, so I literally just sat there then for 5 minutes and waited and then left. And all of that took about a total of 15 to 20 minutes, as opposed to waiting for an hour and a half and going and doing something else, which is what I would have had to do if I had just stuck it out. So basically you mine with the multi-tool. You saw how I did that there. You basically just operate the multi-tool to mine the rock, and then you collect all the rock by hand, unfortunately, bit by bit, into your backpack. It'd be a lot easier if the multi-tool collected the rock like it does in the prospector, you know, the way the prospector does it. So I think we're going to mine this one. Yep. We're going to mine another one. So basically, yeah, you press the right hand button on the mouse if you're using the mouse, and then you basically increase your mining laser right up to, I usually go right to 100%. Start to get it accelerating. You'll see on the left the white line is going up, and what we want to do is get it inside that little gap of 2 yellow lines. You'll see in a second when it gets there. So it's in there now, then it goes green, and then we need to keep it in that gap while that green bar moves all the way to the left. If you allow it to go above the gap, it will start, a red bar will start to move out, and if the red bar gets all the way across, it will explode and hurt you, and you'll lose the aphrite. There we go. So we got the green bar all the way across, and now the aphrite shatters, and you can now pick up the gems which are left. It's quite satisfying, actually, hand mining. I think if the gems were worth a little bit more, hand mining would be a very worthwhile pastime, but unfortunately you have to mine quite a lot in order to get anywhere. So I think if you think about mining, I would say that there's 3 real tiers to mining in Star Citizen. The beginner tier is hand mining, and then once you've made a bit of money and enough to buy a rock or a rock DS, the sort of ground vehicle, mining ground vehicle, then you move forward to rock mining. So use the rock to go out and mine bigger rocks and collect those, and then once you've made enough money with those to be able to afford it, you buy a prospector, which is the mining ship, and then of course you can go and mine much bigger rocks and make much more money, and eventually you might be able to get together with some friends and buy a mole, which is a much bigger ship which can take 3 people mining at the same time, break much bigger rocks because it has bigger lasers, and of course make much more money. So if you are into mining and you're starting the game from scratch, you can just follow that path through. And also on the case of a wipe, so where the game's had a wipe and we're back to having 20,000 UEC or whatever, hand mining is actually a really good way to quickly make a bit of money, so that you can use it then to buy equipment or to do other things to make money a different way. Even if you're not really into mining, you can do a bit of hand mining, and it enables you to get started in the game fairly easily. You could easily hand mine to 1,000 to 100,000, for example, just with one outing, and then you could use that 100,000 to get started trading, if that's what you want to do. Similarly, of course, you can do missions to get the 100,000 fairly easily. So I think we've done 3 rocks there. 3 aphrite rocks. We're just looking around to see, oh no, there's quite a lot of gems there. So yeah, you can see I did very well here because this is only level 1 in the mines, and there were 3 aphrite rocks at least. I think there's even more dotted around there. I think there were another few that I could have done easily if I'd wanted to, but almost an entire backpack of aphrite there just from level 1 first corridor off that you come to. Now there's a couple of other things that I should note at this point. There are people in the mines with weapons, so there are other players who can pick up shivs in the mine that they find lying around, and they will come and kill you and take your stuff. So firstly, mining at level 1 in the first chamber to the left is not particularly advisable. So there we had about 80% full backpack, and we're heading off now to go to depth 9 to do our mission. So what I would advise is don't do what I'm doing here. If you do some mining, go straight back to the deposit. So you'll see it a bit, but when we get to it, but by the exit there are machines where you can go and deposit your rocks, and then it tells you how much you've had your sentence reduced by. So if it was me, I would say don't do what I've just done. Go straight back to the exit and deposit those rocks straight away. And actually, if you notice that the mines are particularly busy, if you've noticed other people on your way to go mining, maybe just do 1 rock and then take it back and deposit it, do another rock. It's the safest way to not lose everything you've spent 20 minutes mining, because someone comes and shivs you and nicks your stuff. Of course, you can get a shiv and go and shiv other people and nick their stuff, so that's entirely up to you. But if we're doing it legally, which is what this video is about, this video is exactly 20 minutes long. We've started off with a crimestat 3, and we're going to have mined and done 1 mission, and we're out of prison. So we've taken a 1.5 hour prison sentence and we've turned it into exactly 20 minutes, but not a boring 20 minutes. This is 20 minutes of gameplay. We're playing the game for this whole 20 minutes. So again, to people who get all worked up about going to prison, so here's one of these oxygen dispensers. Now, this isn't the one we have to fix, this is one that we can use to get oxygen. So as you can see, we're at level 5 here, and we've literally used half our oxygen. So you must use these oxygen dispensers whenever you see them, otherwise you will end up running out of oxygen. And actually that level 5 one is a brilliant one to get a mission for, because it's only level 5, so it's really quick and easy to get to. I don't think, having accepted a level 13 mission in the past, I wouldn't do that again. If the mission is above level 9, like this one we're doing today, I wouldn't bother, I would go and mine. But anything up to level 9, it's probably worth doing. You do get more merits depending on how far into the mines those missions are. So if you've only got a crime stat 2, might be worth taking a level 12 mission. Just do that mission, you'll get rid of your crime stat, you'll leave. That's the end of it. If not, if you've got higher crime stat a longer time, it might be worth just mining until you see one pop up. You can accept them and abandon them. And also, this is another thing, multiple people can accept and go for the same mission at the same time. So there might be 4 people trying to do this mission, and you just have to hope you get there first. I've never had that problem. I think there was one that I accepted once on the way back from another mission, and then by the time after I'd run a little bit, it just said it had been done already by someone else. So we're at level 9 now, so all it is a case now of going in and finding the machine and resetting it. And it's dead easy. Here it is. So you can see it says there's something wrong with it, so we click them.
Due to your recent actions, we've reduced time on your sentence.
There you go.
Isn't that great?
We've reduced time on your sentence.
You have completed your required sentence in our facility. We at Klescher Rehabilitation are extremely proud to have played a role in your rehabilitation and hope that you've used this time to better yourself as a human and as a member of civilized society.
Well, there you go. So actually, I didn't notice this when I recorded this video, but that has just said to me that I've completed my sentence. So whatever sentence I had, maybe I didn't have a 3, maybe I only had a 2. Whatever sentence I had, just doing that one mission has got rid of my sentence. I got 10,000 merits. So there's certainly... Oh yeah, it was a crime stat 3. So just doing that crime stat 3 has got rid of my sentence. So that's good. What you can do though is... I don't know whether you can keep merits, build them up, but... I mean, I would always go back and, if you've mined anything, still empty it into the disposer. Rather than abandoning it or anything. But yeah, that's all we had to do, that one mission, and we could have got out. So if we hadn't done the mining, we'd just done the mission, we'd probably actually have finished by now, or nearly back by now. So again, that's worth bearing in mind. You can see here I'm just looking for other mineable rocks. I'm just seeing if there's a rock I can mine. Oh, there's a bottle of water there, so that's good, isn't it? Look, you can take that and drink it. Well, I've taken it and stored it anyway. I think there's some food, but I can't get that. And often you'll find where those bottles of water are like that, that's where a shiv has been stored. So if you look around for like an abandoned tin can or bottle. Oh, there's another chap here. So I remember seeing this guy here and thinking, oh blimey, he's going to shiv me. Instead he's going to point his multi-tool at me like it's a gun. So I'm just running now, so because I've seen this guy, what I'm doing is I'm thinking, heck, I better leg it back as quickly as I can, because he's going to nick all my stuff. Actually, in reality, I didn't need the stuff anyway because I've already got out. But I think the guy wasn't going to come after me. He's probably doing another mission. Either that or he's looking for a good spot to mine some hadonite. So I think, again, if you are in for a long time, if you've got a 5-hour sentence, let's say, because you've got a very high crime stat, do try and find some hadonite. Go a bit further into the mines. Take one of the deep missions and then look for some Hadanite while you're down there. That will get you out quicker. I think if we'd gone down to level 8, level 9 and then tried mining around there, we'd have probably found some Hadanite. And you only need a couple of Hadanites to get you out of almost any sentence. They're worth a lot of credits. The other thing is that the length of time that you have to do for each crime stat seems to change as well. So for this, I think I only had an hour and a half for a crime stat 3. Previously on other patches, I've had 4 hours for a crime stat 3. And I think this is because of whether things are working, how the patch is working.
Please direct your attention towards the front gates. One of our guests has completed their rehabilitation and is being released. Let's give them a round of applause.
There you go.
Good
Somebody else is getting out. Yes, if you... it seems to vary depending on how the patch is. So if the patch is in a bad state and people are dying a lot, it appears that they're reducing the stays in Klescher, because the patch is in a bad state at the moment, and for some reason the stays in Klescher have gone down. I don't know whether that's automated. I don't know whether somehow the system is lowering those prison stays, or whether it is entirely CIG that's making those decisions. And on the way out, all you have to do is look for these exit signs. So you're looking for a walkway like this with a green light coming from it and an exit sign above it. So it's dead easy to find the exits on the way back. If you get lost, just follow your way around the walls of the chamber you're in until you get to an exit with an exit sign on it, like that. So like you come to one of these chambers here and you can't see an exit, I would just go one way, like go left and go all the way around the chamber until you find... See, like now I'm looking for the exit. There we go. And there's the exit, and it's always a green exit sign. You just have to find that and then follow that pathway back. And all of the exits are marked with exit signs, so there's no kind of getting lost and having to remember which way you came or anything like that. There's also not really very much gravity, so it's very annoying when you're running. If you jump, you'll run into the wall and all that kind of thing. You just get used to it after a while, but it makes it quite tiring. Okay, now we're back. As I say, running all the way 10 levels deep and then 10 levels back is quite mentally tiring to do and watch. Okay, and here's the machines where we can deposit our ore.
To leave all materials found during mining expeditions outside the living area. These might contain contaminants that may be harmful to other inmates.
There you go. So it's told us that
Keep it up.
We'd already reduced our sentence to 0, and then we deposited all those minerals, and now we've just got loads of credits. So you can see we've got... I thought it was telling us we had a load of merits, but we have no sentence. So I think I just probably that means go straight to the exit. So as soon as you get 0 sentence remaining, you can just go straight to the exit. So as I say, we could have literally just run back from when it told us our sentence was up, and then just left. I'm just going to go to the central area here now. You see, you can always check on here how much sentence you've got left. There you go. You see, it says I've got 11,000 merits. So I'm interested to know if those merits will be kept. If I'll need to, if I'll have those merits next time I go back to prison, or whether I'll start from 0. I'd like to know the answer. If you know the answer, put it in the comments. And then when you're done, you just follow this way to the lift, click the elevator, and that will put you into the elevator when it eventually comes. And then in the elevator there'll be 2 buttons, and basically you just select surface level. There you go. And you are now out of prison. And what will happen is screen will go black and you'll be sent to Everest Harbour at Hurston, which is the default place that you're dropped off by the prison bus when you're done in prison. And there we are, back at Everest Harbour. So yeah, a couple of things there. Use the missions, do the mining, and you'll get... Don't go, oh, this is silly, I'm just going to log off. Just if you want to carry on playing, 15-20 minutes, do the missions, do the mining, and you'll get out. No problem at all. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon on another episode. And this is me, Torp Brazillo, signing off.